Reach Out Read Colorado community. Thanks again for joining us live. I'm here with Ellen, Deputy Director of DPP, the Denver Preschool Program today, to deliver some information about Denver preschools. Tell us about the Denver Preschool Program, your work, and what you do.
Thanks. Thanks for being here. Thanks for everybody who's watching. The Denver Preschool Program was created back in 2006, and we are a Denver city organization that helps to offset the cost of preschool. So what we are is a 0.15% sales tax, and 70% of those dollars go to pay for tuition support. Okay. So every family with a 4-year-old in the city and county of Denver can utilize these funds to help offset their tuition costs. Because what we do know is preschool is expensive.
Okay.
For those of you that are in the midst of it, you'll know that that's the case. Those of you that are starting, what I can tell you is it's never too early to start. The average cost of preschool for a 4-year-old in the city and county, or in Colorado, is about $850 a month.
Wow.
So it's a big ticket item on anyone's budget, regardless who they are. So the Denver Preschool Program was created, like I said, back in 2006, so that we can help all families attend preschool. And how we're different than other organizations that support preschool is that we're universal. So no matter your family's income, you can utilize these funds at any of our 250 or so sites across the city. And it's really all about family choice and quality. So we incentivize quality. The higher quality the school a family chooses, the more support they would get.
Wow, okay, that's amazing. Yeah. That is incredible work. Tell us a little bit, for those that maybe are unfamiliar with the benefits of preschool or why it's important for a kiddo to go. Tell us a little bit about kind of what they learn or about the experience.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, preschool really isn't necessarily at the top of families' minds. We think of childcare because we need it, not necessarily because it's beneficial for the child. Longstanding research shows that preschool truly matters. Sending a child to preschool can not only help them be ready for school when they enter in kindergarten, it can decrease remediation. It will increase high school graduation rates, and then if you look even further out, it would increase their earnings potential as an adult. So not only is preschool beneficial to a family who needs to send their child to school so that they can go through the workforce, but it's really beneficial social emotionally as well as academically for a child to set them up for success. And then as a community, the return on investment for a Denver community is really outstanding. James Heckman, who's a Nobel Prize winner, an economist, says that it's about a $7 return on investment for every dollar invested over the lifespan of a child. So when a community commits to preschool, it's for the kids, but it really is going to benefit in the long run for the community as a whole.
Yeah, that's great. I don't myself know very much about sending kids to preschool. I know of all the amazing work that the Denver Preschool Program does for the community. So I guess tell me, for someone who's kind of a novice, what age are kiddos going to preschool?
Great question.
Is it like for a long time or a short time, or?
It really varies. So Denver Preschool Program in general, our funds currently fund all Denver 4-year-olds.
Okay.
So Denver Preschool Program is kind of that 1 year, the year before kindergarten. So a child typically goes to kindergarten as a 5-year-old, and kindergarten is thought of as the start of their education career. Great. We like to say, back that up and get them into preschool as a 4-year-old. The research shows that as a 3-year-old, it's just as beneficial, if not more. So when a family thinks about getting a child into school, really getting them ready is never too early. The skills they build in a child care facility and in a preschool really will help them set them up for success in a social emotional standard, so that the child understands kind of a classroom day, that they get the value of, okay, I have circle time, I do this, and then I move on to this, And my teacher is a different authority figure than my mom or my dad or my grandma or my neighbor. So they learn that as well.
Yeah.
And then they also learn how to negotiate with their peers. All that fun stuff. So without directly answering your question,
Right.
research indicates earlier is better.
Okay.
So as early as a family feels comfortable.
Great.
A 3-year-old and a 4-year-old in preschool is fabulous. If a family gets their child in school as a 2.5-year-old or a 3-year-old, and a parent or guardian will sense if they're not ready, that's okay.
Yeah.
But we say that's why Denver Preschool Program exists. The more we can get kids in school as a 4-year-old, the better chances for success they'll have into the future.
Yeah, awesome. So just as a reminder, we're here with Ellen. Ellen is the Deputy Director of the Denver Preschool Program. We're talking a little bit about the ins and outs of Denver Preschool right now.
Yep.
If you have questions, please feel free to ask them in the comment bar, and we will do our best to get to them. We're here for you today. So kind of thinking about that age range of where you would, register or sign your child up for preschool. You would sign or register your child for the preschool and for Denver Preschool Program? Does it kind of happen together, or what does that look like?
It varies from each one of our schools. So a quick reminder, we have about 250 schools that participate with Denver Preschool Program. I will caveat to a family, if you're looking for school, capacity is tight in the city and county of Denver, so it's never too early to start looking. If your child is 3 right now and you're looking for preschool as a 4-year-old, or considering preschool for your child as a 4-year-old, start now. Start making those phone calls. You can use our website. It's dpp.org. We have what's called a Find a Preschool tool.
Okay.
And that will give parents direction as indications of quality for each location that we have, as well as where they live or where they're located and how to contact them. So once they're able to contact those schools, determine which schools have availability, it really is different by school. And the enrollment into a school looks different from one school to the next as well. So a family would need to enroll in that preschool, get their child a seat in the classroom, and then they can fill out our application. And our application is about 4 pages. It's fairly straightforward. We need to know a family's household size, their proof of address that they live here in the city and county of Denver, and a proof of a child's age, that they are 4 and eligible for our funds for that year of preschool.
Awesome. And just as a note, we will make sure to add the Find a Preschool link and Denver Preschool Program's URL in the content box above this, and then also in the comments for anybody who wants a quick link to get over there. So you talked a little bit about, it sounds like it's kind of a mix between location, capacity, if they have a seat for your child, and then quality. So you're kind of balancing 3 things that work best for you as a parent or a caregiver, or the person who's enrolling the child. So tell us a little bit about the quality piece, and how does one measure preschool quality?
Yeah, I think if we had our druthers, we would have a family choose solely on quality.
Yeah.
But we know there's so many factors at play. The cost of care, as well as close to home or close to work. And all of that are you can look at that on our Find a Preschool tool. But when it comes to quality, the state of Colorado has a rating, what's called Colorado Shines. And it is a 5-level system, 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. And that is how our tuition support is determined, one of the factors. So the higher quality site, the higher on that Colorado Shines rating, the more funds a family could receive. So we're incentivizing families to choose those high quality sites, those 3s, those 4s, and those 5s. What we encourage families is that the rating is just that. It's a great indicator to understand when you're kind of surfing the web or trying to figure out how you rank your schools. But it is not the end-all, be-all. We always tell families to go in, visit the school. They know what's best for their child. So to really get that feel, ask the questions to directors of how much parent engagement do they have in their classrooms? What does a typical classroom day look like for the child? Watch the teacher interact with the children. See how those questions are being posed. So it's kind of a 2-3 part factor.
Yeah.
Quality, as you look at it on the website or on Colorado Shine's website, will give you a great indication. Going in and talking with the director, asking them questions about quality, listen to their passion about what that means for them.
Definitely.
And then really getting a sense of what your child feels when you're in there.
Yeah.
Will really drive how you feel about the quality of the site.
Yeah, that's great advice. I feel like it maybe seems like it might be challenging, but then talking to you and hearing you explain it, it feels like it's a little bit more maybe easy to navigate than it may appear. Like still,
it's nerve-wracking,
but yeah, maybe nerve-wracking. That's the perfect word to put it. You know, I mean, you want to get these little kiddos into school, into preschool, and have them start learning. So that's great. And you said you have 200?
About 250 odd sites that participate with DPP.
And that's Denver and?
So city and county in Denver, all in the same. And we have a few what we call out-of-county sites because our dollars follow the children.
Okay.
The very, very vast majority of our schools are within the city and county of Denver. So our funds remain within the city and county of Denver, and that's where we wish we could expand.
Yeah.
But our mandate is just city and county of Denver.
Yeah, okay. So as a reminder to anybody who's joining us now, we've got Ellen here, she's the Deputy Director of the Denver Preschool Program. We're talking a little bit right now about kind of when to start looking for preschool and how that process works between the Denver Preschool Program and the preschools. So I guess for those of you in our community that are joining, Reach Out and Read Colorado and the Denver Preschool Program have partnered on many ventures,
right?
While working kind of in the early childhood space in Denver, and one of them is just the idea of really distributing information about the preschool program to the families that are receiving anticipatory guidance and books from their healthcare providers,
right?
Which is, I guess, maybe just a continuation of that learning that's happening, or that we hope is going to happen when they enroll in preschool. Denver Preschool Program is just an amazing partner, and you guys have, thank you. And you guys have kind of a lot of feelers all over the community. Lots of great partnerships and things.
Right.
I've seen your advertisements on the bus, on the
Fun
the
places,
bus
yes.
advertisements, which some of you out there might have seen, hopefully. But you guys have been working in the community for 10 years now? Is that right?
You got it, 10 short years. So this year we are hitting our 10-year anniversary. So our first children entered preschool in the September of 2007, and we are now going to be welcoming our 50,000th child this September. So great news. We'll be celebrating the entire month of September. We've got some really wonderful events across the city, mostly through our museums and cultural facilities districts, cultural facilities, to really celebrate with parents, because we couldn't do this without our parents, without our preschool, without the community helping to support this. And so by the end of the 2017-2018 school year, we will have distributed more than $100 million in tuition support. Big numbers, really big numbers.
That is a real big number. And just can't measure the impact beyond the amount, right?
It's so wonderful. I mean, if you think about the math I was talking about earlier, is that $7 investment. Every dollar invested returns a $7 kind of return on our investment in the long run. So thinking about that, Denver, an estimate is $700 million that Denver could benefit over the lifespan of all these children.
Right,
which is great. Great to think about.
Yeah, that is so 50,000.
50,000.
Wow.
Wild. We serve about 5,000 children each school year, and with 10 school years, we have our 50,000th child, and in fact we've been tracking him. Our 50,000th child, he's adorable. His name is Wilson.
Oh.
And he is just a little sweet pea, actually going to go to school on South University this year. Right near here.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll have to Facebook Live with him.
Right? He's a little shy, but he's a cutie.
That's awesome. How incredible. What incredible work.
Yeah.
You know, and just an amazing impact, especially with all the kind of long-term benefits that it sounds like kiddos gain from having this experience or the opportunity, you know.
Yeah. It's a true testament to Denver itself. You know, they voted yes in 2006, and we were reauthorized again in 2014. So, two big moments that the community said, preschool matters. We care, and we realize that this is an investment that we're willing to tackle. We still have a lot of work to do. We're not funding all children, but it's really been quite the success thus far.
Yeah, so say somebody doesn't have kiddos that are going to be in preschool, but they are passionate about your mission or passionate about, you know, making sure that all kids have access, or, you know, want it. How does somebody get involved? What can they do? Or
great question.
With the Denver Preschool program.
What we always ask is, if whether you have a child or not, but if preschool matters to you, help us spread the word. We have a long way to go to serve all of our eligible children, and a lot of the reason is a family, for whatever reason, didn't know we existed. But the money out there exists for them. So what someone could do, whether or not they can utilize our funds, help us spread the word. Head out onto our website, learn more. You can even send information or a question to us, and we'll see how we can get information out to you so that you can share all of that. Be our ambassador. We're only as strong as those that are out there in the community helping spread the word. So we need all the help we can get.
That's amazing. And you have resources on your website in English and Spanish?
Exactly. Yep.
So
both languages, both a duplicate website in Spanish.
Oh, so there's also the Spanish language website.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's great. So as I mentioned, we'll make sure to put all this wonderful information Ellen is sharing on our Facebook page as a link, and also link to the Denver Preschool Program Facebook page so that you guys can follow along. So we've got some followers. Welcome everybody. If you have questions for Ellen about Denver Preschool in Denver, feel free to write them in the comments. You know, as I mentioned, this is Ellen. She's the Deputy Director of DPP. I would love to go back through and maybe just synthesize or recap some of what we've talked about.
Yeah.
So let's say I'm a parent and I'm about to have a child.
Yes.
So what are some things that I should be thinking about?
Right. So it's never too early for any family to start looking for preschool.
Awesome.
Head out onto our website at dpp.org, or Colorado Shine's website also has a great list.
Okay.
Start your search for preschool. Utilize the tools that are online. Start calling preschools.
So I haven't had the baby yet.
That's okay.
Start researching.
It's never, especially for infant care.
Okay.
If you're looking for infant care, some wait lists at schools are pretty long.
Okay.
So start looking now. A lot of the schools are prepared for a parent that is pregnant to call and get on that wait list.
Okay.
If you're not looking for infant care, still call. Never hurts. Schools are already ready and able to talk to you and help describe when you should start looking and all that kind of fun stuff.
Awesome.
The key for a family is that they need, as you do all this search, know that preschool truly matters, not only for you so that you're able to go and remain in the workforce, but that your child would really have that platform of success for future success in education. So the social emotional skills that they would build, the academic skills through literacy, which you're very well familiar with, mathematics, science, all those great things, start at preschool.
Yeah,
and those building blocks.
What you were saying earlier about the learning to negotiate,
right,
is just so interesting. Kind of probably like the give and take and
All that a child learns in a classroom is so distinct than what a child learns at mom or dad's house, at grandma's house, at neighbors, because they're negotiating with a peer. They're learning from a new authority figure, their new teacher. They're getting used to a schedule, which can be very foreign to a child who's not used to kind of going from one thing to the next, but more of just kind of staying on a adult schedule. So it's a lot of different types of things happen in a preschool, not just the academic side of learning how to start identifying letters and talking about fun math things, but other elements of that social emotional skills, executive function, all those great things.
Anybody on our Facebook page has seen lots of posts about executive
there
function.
There you go.
So that's awesome. Well, do you have anything else you want to share with our Facebook followers here?
I think you hinted at it earlier, but the partnership between Reach Out and Read and Denver Preschool Program is so fabulous.
Yeah.
You all know that literacy matters and know that health and literacy are connected, and we truly believe families should and often only retain their information from a trusted source, and we value that your pediatricians and your team is willing to help spread the word about what the value of preschool is and how a family can start looking and all that great stuff. So thank you for your great partnership in serving the Denver community.
We are humbled and honored.
Right back at you.
All right, well, thank you guys for joining us. Remember, all the links and all the information will be back up on our Facebook page, so you can access it easily. Feel free to ask questions in the comments still if you want to, and we'll make sure to get answers for you. And if you have any other desire to get any other information about DPP, Denver Preschool Program, do not hesitate to reach out. So thanks so much for joining us today. We'll catch you next time.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.